Welcome everybody. Bruchim Aboyim, Shalom Aleichem. We're now in the week of Matos Masey. This is a double sedra. We don't have too many this year, doubles, but we have to have a double sedra. Sometimes it's separated, sometimes not. Most of the time it's together. Why? Because if you have a double sedra, obviously you ran out of weeks. You're not going to have enough weekends. And what's the reason for that? That is, sometimes during the year, the Yom Tovim come out on the weekend. You can't read the Parshas, so you have to double up one of the sedras. Now you go through the calendar, you'll see how it works. So Matos Masey is a double sedra. You know that Matos and Masey is, I said last week at the end of Pinchas, Hirsch says, same Rav Shamshval here says, at the end of Pinchas, he says, Eile, last sentence, last possible. The Yom HaMoshel B'nai Yisrael, Chol exactly, should Tzivu Hashem as Moshe got like God commanded Moshe, and he said this is never used the word kichol without talking about a specific din. There's no specific din here. So it says this is the end of the Masorah. There's the end of it. No more new information is coming in the Torah. This is the end of it. Because everything coming up now is if you make a shvua, then you do this and this, but you're not mechuyev to do that. And then 3-4 pages later it says told Moshe go to Midian, wipe them all out, and take revenge. That's not new information. Last week it said they deserve to be killed. That was the Azhara. Now comes the mitzvah. Go out and wipe them out. That's still not a new mitzvah. Everything from now to the end of the Torah is not mandatory and not new. We know it already. And that's why, as of last week, after Pinchas, we read the first Haftorah of the year that has zero to do with the Parsha. Now the Haftorah is coming up, 12 of them, till Simchas Torah. It has to do with Me'ein HaMa'oro. It has to do with the time of the year we went through. Shivas B'Tammuz, Churban Bayis Rishon and Sheni, and Tisha B'Av, and then the Chodesh Elul, prepare yourself. You don't get destroyed. Do tshuva for Yom Rosh Hashanah, and then they go to Yom Kippur, and you go to Sukkot, and it has to do with the tshuva, and Yom Kippur Me'yiron, Sukkot is tshuva Me'ava, and it has nothing to do with the Parshas anymore. 12 weeks. Because there's Shloshet Deparah Nusa, 3 Haftorahs of coming troubles, and one is from Yirmiyahu. We read last week Divrei Yirmiyahu. Then there's Shimon Bar Hashem for Yirmiyahu, and then the third one that when we do Dvarim is Chazon Yeshaya. Now a good way to remember it is the mouth is down here, the ear is here, and the brain is here. Divrei Yirmiyahu, Shimon Bar Hashem, Chazon, vision from the mind. So the first two are Yirmiyahu, and the second one is from Yeshaya. Now, if you know Tanakh, why would you do that? Shai came way before Yirmiyahu. Answer. In Yirmiyahu's Haftorah, in the third week from now, when the same week we read the Varim, it says in Haftorah, Eicha es Eicha es nas. How to say Eicha Oisa lezona? How was the cloud you saw like a zona? Eicha, he says with. And that same week, Dvarim, right there, Moshe says in the beginning, how can I carry this load myself? He's reviewing the 40 years, what he said to Hashem at the beginning of the 40 years. And that day we have the Haftorah of Yeshaya, and that week we read Eicha Yoshua Badot. So therefore we put them all together, Yeshaya with what Moshe said, and what he says in Megillah. So therefore you put Yeshaya at the end, because that's the Haftorah of Devarim, where Moshe say Eicha Es Lavadi, and you put Yirmiyahu first two Yirmiyahu. So that's Shloshet Deparah Nusa. Now after Yom Tisha B'Av, it's Shivta Dechemta, starting with Nachamu Ami. That's 7 and 3 is 10, and then after Rosh Hashanah between Yom Kippur you have 2 Haftorahs of Shtayim of Tiyufta in Aramaic means Tshuva. Well, you know one. Between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur is only one Shabbos. 10 days, only one Shabbos. Can't happen. 10 days, more than one Shabbos. You say, Shuv Hashem, the word's the other one. They told us 2 of 2 you have to, you know what it is? The day after Rosh Hashanah is Tanis Tom Gedalia. And there we read, Dir Haftorah, Dir Hashem, Behimel, so go search for Hashem. That's the second one of Tshuva. So now 3 and 7 and 2 is 12. 12 is 3 months. So that's right from now, about the 20th of Tammuz to the 22nd of Tishrei, when Sukkot ends, that's 3 months. And 12 of the Haftorahs have nothing to do with the sedras. So there's 54 sedras and 12 54, almost 25%. 22% have nothing to do with the parsha. They're ma'ain hama'orov on the time of the year, like now. Tammuz of El. Let's learn the parsha. Matos Masey. Yidaber Moshe el Roshi Matos. Moshe talked to the head of the Matos, the Shvatim. Why do you call sometimes a shade and sometimes a mata? A mata is a staff. A branch that comes out of a tree, many branches, a branch. The shofar is a staff or a judge that punishes you. Mata is a nasi, of like a nasi, 12 of them, and they advise you. And then, if you don't listen to them, you're taken to the bed, and that's a shofar where you get mishpat. And that's a shei he can punish. So a leader could be an advisor first, and then he can be a punisher. He can be a minister rachimim first, and be the sadin. Roshi hamatos. We talk about here a person who's a bezdin and wants to nullify people's oaths. Yidaber Moshe el Roshi hamatos l'bnei Yisrael lemor. Zeh hadover. This is the thing, the concept of shir. See what Hashem the God has commanded. Ish ki yidar, man, if he wants to make a vow. This is not the Masorah ended last week, because Hirsch said, look at the last line in Hirsch. He said it, if you want to do a neder, not chayv. Ish ki yidar neder makes a neder l'Hashem, u'hushova shvua, he makes an oath. The Esr Isser to forbid something on himself that God never forbade. Al nafsho, lo yachal devar, he cannot nullify his words. No way, he has to go to a bezdin. And it is nullifiable by bezdin. How do you know? Because he says lo yachel, he can't nullify it. But he didn't say lo yechal, it's not nullifiable. No, bezdin can do it. Lo yachel devarim, kechol, everything. Everything comes out of your mouth, you have to do. And if a woman makes a neder to God, and she makes an isra on herself while she's still in her father's house, bin ureha, between the age of 11 and 12, because from 0 to 11 she's a katano, from 12 and up she's a bogeres, and from 11 to 12 she's a naro, between child and adult. So she makes an oath, and this is the only thing that a shvua is chal on the 11-year-old if the father doesn't nullify it, and a boy too between 12 and 13, and a girl between 11 and 12. The only thing that they're responsible for, making an oath that seems to hold, even though the boy is not 13, the girl's not 12 yet. But the ureha, and her neur, and when she's a naro, v'shama aviyas nodra, and her father hears her nidra, his neder, to make she's going to do something. The esral ashosal nafshan, some isser she made upon herself. And he's quiet, doesn't say anything. I'll be her father. The comical now, all the nedar stand all her life until she has it nullified. Every prohibition she put on herself stand. If her father restrained her or nullified her, nullified what she said. The day you heard it. That doesn't mean that sunset to sunrise. It means 24-hour period. The Yom Shomah called it a real, all her nedarim v'Yisrael and her isurim. Asher also on nafshu, said he put us on himself. Lo yakum, don't stand, because he said move it up, move it up, move it up. It's nothing, because she's not a gedola yet. She's a naro. Hashem Yisrael, God will forgive her. Kiheni aviyosah, her father prevented it. Now let's look at this. There's a whole Masechta, 2 Masechtas written on. There's 16 Pesukim here, on this subject of Nedarim, Shavuos, and Isser. There's 16 Pesukim. A whole 2 Masechtas on this, Nedarim and Shavuos. Nedarim and Shavuos, most complicated section here. What's an Isser? What's a Neder? What's a Shavuah? Which one goes on a thing? Which goes on time? Like you say, I swear I'm never going to eat apples again, or potatoes or oranges, or that's on an item, or I'm never going to sleep anymore 12 hours. It's not on a chayf, it's on you, your self-control. I'm never going to look at this man anymore, I'm never going to give him shalom. So as you say, I'm never going to wear tefillin, that means nothing, because you're obligated to. I'm never going to, I'm not going to put on film, it means nothing, because you have to. Your parents swore at Sinai, and therefore you're obligated. I swear I'm going to give tzedakah. That's a tremendous avera because you have to give tzedakah. I'm swear I'm not going to keep Shabbos. You can't do that. So there's sometimes you can swear against yourself. I'm not going to sleep. I'm not going to take a shower. That's one thing. And then a chavetz. I'm going to eat 5 oranges every night. That's these two things could be a shvua and isser and nader. You have to use Hashem's name. And a bezdin can be matir you, and a father or a husband, if a husband hears her, and makes a difference how old she is, and a husband hears her within 24-hour period, he says, muvalach, 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 it's nothing. But if he doesn't say it, he's quiet, those the dorm stand, she has to go to a bezdin. A bezdin of 3 or 1, even 1. They both agree to go to a miyokid mumcha. They don't have to go to 3, but if they otherwise, minimum bezdin is 3. And if they find a pesach for her or him, which means, did you know that when you made this isra on yourself, that it will affect your husband and your kids? Or don't take a shower? Or you're going to stay up all night on Thursday night? You know you can't do that. Do you know it will affect your health, your husband? Were you aware of that? No, I was under stress. That's the Pesach. And they can nullify it. They say, mutalach, mutalach, mutalach. But when a husband says, when he hears something, or a father before she's at the age between 11 and 12, he says, mufrlach, mufrlach, mufrlach. A father can be mayfear and a bezdin is matir. What's the difference? A father and a husband, mayfear means they can cancel it. A matir bezdin means nullified. It never existed, even in the before. It never existed. The Hoya never was here. They nullify it. Torah means it never existed. Mafreya backward, even from the beginning. A husband and a father can say, no, from this moment on, I cancel it. I veto it. But the bezdin can be matir. Mutalach, mutalach, mutalach means garnished. It never existed. And you have to have a Pesach. It has to hurt you or somebody else, but if it doesn't hurt anybody, you got to keep it the rest of your life. If they can't find a Pesach for you, then it's not going to hurt you. You said, I'm only going to place, I don't know, some big thing, like, I don't know, something. Let's say your family has a minute to wait 1 hour, you come from Holland, I'm going to wait 3 hours, team meeting bill. Doesn't hurt anybody, why can't you keep it? Doesn't hurt you. So therefore you have to keep it. Or I'm going to wash my macaroni, but not wash my macaroni. Some people do, some people don't. Either way is good. Doesn't hurt anybody. I'm going to drink on Shabbos 3 cups of wine, and not going to drink more than a half a cup of wine instead of the whole cup of wine. No, as long as you drink a revius, even that is a problem. Maybe you don't have to. If it doesn't bother anybody, you have to keep your in the dorm. If they find a Pesach for you that you injure yourself or your sleep or your health or your husband, and then they can be able to find a Pesach. Because did you realize when you made it that you would come into tremendous problems? It would affect your health. No, I didn't. Okay, that's the Pesach. All right, 16 Pesukim on 2 Masechtas, Nedorim and Shavuos. Now it says, take revenge against the Midianites. Take revenge of the days of Esau Midianim from the Midianim. What about the Moabim? No, not yet, because we need them. Because Rus comes from there. And Shlomo is one of Shlomo's wives, Naamo Ha'oimonis. And Rus HaMoabiyos, so not yet. God will take care of them. Then you have to go back to your nation, you're going to nifter. Very brave. Take away for you, Peach, front guard. Chalutzim besides the regular army. Anoshim means tzadikim. Litzova for the army. V'yu al Midyon that says to go against Midyon. That says Nicholas Hashem b'Midyon. God's going to come against Midyon. Moshe added that. Hashem never said that. Look what he said. Nikmas b'nei Yisrael. Nikmas Hashem b'Midyon. Now I'm going to tell you a word from the Mayan base. If they would have said Nikmas b'nei Yisrael, so they said, okay, we're not so eager, we'll do it next week, next month, okay. But once Moshe says Nikmas Hashem, and then Hashem said right here, after this war is over, you're going to die, which means Moshe is speeding up his misa. Afal pi Cain, he didn't care. That's the godless of Moshe Rabbeinu. That's the Maya. Yeah, he has a long shtickle, but I told you in short. Wow. He says there, Achar Te'asov Alamecha, and after the war is over, you go. Nikmas b'nei Yisrael b'esav b'yom Achar Te'asov Alamecha. Yidam Moshe Alo Am B'leimor, Hey Choltzu, get Chalutzim. V'yitchem anoshim l'tzova, v'yiyah midden l'seis, Nikmas Hashem b'midyon. He didn't care. As long as he does Ratzon Hashem, even if he dies early, it's going to get dragged out for weeks and months. But if the Moshe said, Nikmas Hashem, oh, they all listened to that, they ran. Moshe put that in because he didn't care if he would live less, because that's called the Ohev Hashem. A person who loves God. You are nothing. Your person don't mean nothing. You don't mean nothing. Ratzon Hashem is everything. That's my father's word. Mayan Beis Hashem. Unbelievable. Elef Lamata, Elef Lamata. Well, what, was it stuttering here? Say Elef Lamata. Why Elef? No. Some say Dafka 1,000 per month, which means 12,000 people. And you see by the numbers, they must have had 500,000 midyanim. How do you know? Because you see what the booty they took. 80,000 sheep and 800,000 sheep and 800, and they divided into hundreds and thousands of girls, who little girls, 32,000 per shavet. Woo! My goodness, they must have had that. Here's only 12,000 people. So Hashem said, listen, you do what I tell you, you win. Please don't get smarter than Hashem. Do what I tell you, you win. So Elf Lamata could mean 2,000 per shave. One the soldier, one the guy that prepares the soldiers' meals and gets the food ready and sharpens his weapons. Elf Lamata, the Chol Lamata is Yisrael, Tishluchu Letzavo. Even Levi. Even Levi. Because the Cosby wanted to get Moshe, who was a Levi. So Zimri, some say, didn't Shem Shemaim, so look, he's from the third shave, and I'm from the second shave, and I'm better. Some say, didn't Shem Shemaim. So, even from Levi, wow. The only time Levi went to war is here. And one other time, by the Chashmonoim, by Chanukah. They were Kahanim from Shevi Levi. But it doesn't say openly here, Levi. But when Moshe blesses Klal at the end, Levi, he says to them in Zos Bracha, you will smash the knees of those who oppose you. And that was Levi, that was Chashmonaim who defeated the Greeks. Yeah. But here it doesn't say it openly, but it was L'chol, even Levi. Chol Mat Yisrael Shluchut L'tzov sent the word. Alright, boys, well, this is the end of this, because we have a double seder. Maybe we'll do another Parsha on Matos this week. But at the moment, this is as far as we're going to go. In this week's Parsha of Matos Masey. 1,000 soldiers, 1,000 cisterns to the soldiers. 12,000 from total, or 24,000. Some say 36,000. Look, Elef Lamata, the third part, next thing. So maybe the 36,000. Okay, Rabbi says, Zayk Gezun, and thanks for coming, and Zayk Gezun.